Segment 8. See the first MCQ. XN company, a registered supplier of Meghalaya, wants to opt for composition levy under 10(1). The turnover limit will be 75 lakhs. Why? MMTNU SAM. MMTNU SAM. So in that Meghalaya is there. Due to that reason, the limit will be 75 lakhs. Then next. CN company, registered supplier in Delhi, opted for composition levy under 10(1). Opted. So it sold the goods in the fourth quarter of the financial year for 15 lakhs, exclusive of GST. Applicable rate of GST is 12%, irrelevant. CN Co purchased goods from Ramesh, registered in Delhi for 9,55,000, on which Ramesh has charged CGST, SGST. CN Co had also purchased goods from EN Co, registered in Haryana for 2,46,000, on which EN Co had charged IGST 29,500, GST liability. I don't know why they gave purchase details. First of all, you cannot take ITC. So just the sales details. What is the sales details? 15 lakhs. And that too, he is a person. What is he doing? Selling the goods. Means he is not a manufacturer, trader kind of. So 1% of turnover, taxable turnover. What is that? 1% means, so CGST, SGST 0.5. So 15 lakhs into 0.5%, 7,500. So option A is the answer. CGST 7,500, SGST 7,500. If no student don't know this, what they will do? They will sit and do the computation. GST liability minus input tax credit, like that. Maybe for that they have given this. Which of the following is not eligible for opting composition scheme under 10(1) of CGST Act? Measures ABC, a firm selling garments in Ahmedabad having annual turnover of 78 lakhs. Ahmedabad means Gujarat. Trader, 78 lakhs. Eligible for composition scheme. The question is not eligible. So option A wrong. A startup company operating restaurant in Delhi having annual turnover of 98 lakhs. Delhi limit 150 lakhs. Restaurant 10(1). So definitely they can go for composition scheme. A courier service company, service means 10(2)(a), operating solely in Mumbai having an annual turnover of 90 lakhs. Not possible, because for 10(2)(a the limit is only 50 lakhs. So here it is 90 lakhs which exceeds 50 lakhs. So due to that reason, composition scheme is not possible. 4. Which of the following persons is not eligible for composition levy under section 10(1) of CGST Act 2017, even though their aggregate turnover does not exceed 1.5 crore in the preceding financial year in Uttar Pradesh. So who is not eligible for composition scheme? A person supplying restaurant service eligible. Person supplying restaurant service and earning bank interest also eligible. Person engaged in trading in ice cream eligible. Only manufacturer of ice cream not eligible. But a person supplying service of repair of electronic items, because the limit will be 50 lakhs, and here it is 10(2)(a). 10(2)(a) composition scheme. They are asking 10(1) composition scheme. So this person is not eligible because repairing of electronic items is service, due to that reason. Then number 5, can a registered person opting for composition scheme collect GST on his outward supplies? No, they cannot collect the GST on their outward supplies. Then descriptive questions. Question number 1, Sultan & Sons, a partnership firm in Nagpur, Maharashtra, is a wholesaler of taxable product P and product Q exempted by way of notification. So there are two products, P and Q. P is taxable, Q is exempted. Its aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 130 lakhs. Maharashtra, what is the limit? 150 lakhs. Previous year 130, does not exceed 150. The firm wishes to opt for composition scheme. However, its accountant is of the view that a person engaged in making exempted supply is not eligible for the said scheme. No, only a person who is engaged in making non-taxable supplies is not eligible. And they are not engaged in manufacture of notified goods, so definitely they can go for composition scheme. First we need to write the provision. As per section 10 subsection 1, a registered person whose aggregate turnover during the previous year does not exceed 1.5 crores can opt for composition scheme under 10(1) during the current year. In the present case, the aggregate turnover including both taxable and exempted supplies is 130 lakhs, which does not exceed 150 lakhs. Therefore, they can opt for composition scheme. However, that person should not be engaged in making non-taxable supplies, but making exempted supplies is not a disqualification. So, they can be into composition scheme. Got it? Current year they should not make non-taxable supplies, but previous year they can make non-taxable supplies also. Then question number 2, a person availing composition scheme under subsection 1 and 2 of section 10 in Haryana during a financial year crosses the aggregate turnover of 1.5 crores in the month of December. Will he be allowed to pay tax under composition scheme for the remainder of the year, that is till 31st March? Please advise. No. So he will not be allowed, because the moment he crossed the threshold limit, he need to come out of the composition scheme and he need to start paying tax under normal scheme. Also, what is the time limit within which he need to come out? 7 days, and he need to file one form, that is CMP 4, and whenever he come out of the composition scheme, he can avail the ITC on closing stock by filing ITC 1 within 30 days from the date of exit. All those points we need to write. Then question number 3, determine whether the suppliers in the following cases are eligible for composition levy under section 10.1 and 10.2 provided their turnover in preceding year does not exceed 1.5 crores. Mohan Enterprises is engaged in trading of Pan Masala in Rajasthan and is registered in the same state. Pan Masala, trading in Pan Masala, yes. Only manufacturer of Pan Masala and tobacco products cannot opt for composition scheme, but a trader of Pan Masala can opt for composition scheme. That too, which state? Rajasthan. The limit is 1.5 crores, and during their previous year that does not exceed 1.5. Then number 2, Sugam Manufacturers has registered office in Punjab and Haryana and supplies goods in neighboring states. Neighboring states means what? They are making interstate supplies, so they cannot opt for composition scheme. Okay. Then number 4, Subramanian Enterprises has 2 registered place of business in Delhi. Its aggregate turnover for the preceding year for both the place of business was 120 lakhs. It wishes to pay tax under composition levy under section 10.1 and 10.2 for one of the place of business in the current year, while under normal levy for other. You are required to advise Subramanian Enterprises whether he can do so. Why? All in, all out. Okay. So it is not possible for them with respect to few registrations to come into composition scheme and few registrations normal scheme. So all the registration should be into composition scheme, or all the registration should be into normal scheme, but not both. Then question 5, Messrs. United Electronics, a registered dealer, is supplying all types of electronic appliances in the state of Karnataka. They are located in Karnataka, selling electronic appliances. Their aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year by way of supply of appliances was 120 lakhs. Okay. And the firm also expects to provide repair and maintenance service of such appliances from the current financial year. With reference to the provisions of CGST Act, examine whether the firm can opt for composition scheme under 10.1 and 10.2 for the current financial year, as the turnover may include supply of both goods and services. So what is their aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year? 120. Where are they located? Karnataka. Yes, they can opt for composition scheme, and even they can have services, but they should ensure that they have given second question. What is that limit? They should ensure that their services should not exceed 10% of turnover during previous year, that is 12 lakhs or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher, that is 12 lakhs. So that is what we need to write. Then presentation is at most important. Okay, presentation is important because For small errors and all, they are deducting huge marks. Okay. So I will show you one example of one student, what has happened to him. See this. 7A, there was an intermediate question. Okay. So it is related to interest computation. And in that interest computation, what he did is that due date of filing GSTR 3B for January is 20th February. If 3B filed within the due date, then not filed within the due date. See the presentation, what he did. Due date of file GSTR 3B for the month of January 2024 is 20th February 2024. If the GSTR 3B filed within due date, okay, and if any short of amount, it should pay interest at 18% per annum. So interest 16,000 into 18% into 29 by 366. So he did the computation. Interest 228.19, 230. How 228.19 will be 230? I don't know what round off it is. He did that. If the GSTR month 3B for the month of January has been filed belatedly in March 20, then 12,000. We discussed this like interest computation. This is into 18 into 29 by 366, 171. Interest 170, round off. Because this student have actually followed income tax rounding off. Actually for income tax, it should be rounded off to the nearest 10 rupees. Like that he did this. Now, this was a 5 marks question. 5 marks question. They gave only 1 mark. 1 mark. 7A only 1 mark. That's what? 7A on the top you see. 7A 1 mark in that first step. Thereafter step 2 he didn't get. Same thing another student has written. So written for the January, filed on 20th February, shortfall was of 16,000, shortfall paid with return of February on March 20, period of delay 29 days. So interest 16,000 into 18%, 29 by 360 is 228.1967, round off to 228. 3 marks there itself. Another part, okay, another part. So in case if the return for the month of January was filed belatedly, then the interest would have been leviable on the amount of shortfall paid through cash ledger. Calculation of interest shortfall paid through cash ledger, period of delay 29 days, 171. So 171 rounded off 2, 3 plus 2, 5 out of 5. Same answer only, sir. Same answer only. The student also wrote same answer only. The student also wrote same answer only. But what is a mistake? Rounding of error. For rounding of error, 4 marks they deducted. Also presentation was not proper. He did not compute from which date to which date. He did not compute that, which date to which date. Number of days he did not write. Just they have taken. Whether the student has copied from the next student or really they have written. It's clueless. So, okay, 1 mark they have given. You wrote, okay, take 1 mark like that. Same thing, actually that is what I am telling you. You see the effort, he has put every effort. Presentation not proper, 4 marks lost. And another student, see how beautifully they have written. Clearly everything. I taught how to write, and the same way they are writing it, presenting it, interest rounded off, period of delay, like that. And how many marks? 5 out of 5. You understood? This 4 marks makes a big difference, and this student for 35 marks got 31.5. 15 marks is, MCQ. 15 out of 15 this student got. Okay. So today only she messaged, he, I don't know. So he only, Kartikeya, say this, MCQ marks obtained in section B, OMR, 15 out of 15. Okay, 15 out of 15. And in terms of descriptive, so that image also I have shown you na, 31.5 out of 35, which means 15 plus 31.5, 46.5 out of 50. You know, this student, what they attended, I really got shocked. I attended your 5-day revision batch at Mylopore Fine Arts Club only because of you. I scored 68 in taxation, sir. Okay. So, therefore, that's what I am telling. Presentation is important. It's not how much you learn. Don't just write casually, write properly. That's where you will be able to get good marks. Okay. So, that student focused on GST, that 5 days, income tax somehow managed, 68 marks in taxation, exemption. Okay. So, 46.5 and 68 means some 21.5 in income tax. 13 from MCQ. You understood? So, means MCQ scored little bit, and in descriptive may not got that many marks. It's okay. So, that's what. Why I am telling you this? Because not just knowing the answer. I gave you an example. Both the students knows the answer, but that student who presented got good marks, and that student who did not focus on presentation lost. And that student marks I showed you na, that person in 4 marks he lost the aggregate. Had this 4 marks he got, he will be completing. So, his score is like somewhere 50s in tax, and first paper is somewhere in 40s, third paper also in 40s. So, 4 marks aggregate gone. He is telling, sir, if I get that 4 marks, I will clear a group, sir, and because of which I lost. Okay. So, he is telling me, can I get 4 marks here? That question he showed me, and can I get? You can apply for re-evaluation, but I don't know to what extent whether they get or not, because ICI don't have the habit of giving, you know, marks and all. So, at that case, so but see how it is going to play with our life. Be careful in this. And some students said they are not giving step marks and all. Nothing of that sort. Step marks are given. I showed you na, step 1, step 2 like that. So, step marks are also given. Okay, fine. Coming back to this. Examine in relation to composition levy scheme under CGST Act 2017 and the rules made thereunder in the following individual cases. Ketu is a manufacturer of ice cream and pan masala in state of Maharashtra. His turnover for the year does not exceed 1.5 crores. He wants to register for composition levy scheme. Is he eligible for it? So, why? Manufacturer of ice cream cannot opt for composition scheme. Jadoo of Gujarat opt for composition scheme during financial year 2021, but on 10/2 his turnover crosses 1.5 crores. Can he continue under composition scheme? No, he cannot continue under the composition scheme because he crossed the turnover limit. Third, X Limited has 2 branches, K and L in Delhi, having same permanent account number. Branch K opt for normal scheme, and X Limited want to continue for composition scheme. In case of branch L, not possible, because all the registration should be either under composition scheme or under normal scheme, but not both. Then next, question 7. Measure Sai Trading Company, an eligible registered dealer in goods making intra-state supplies within the state of Andhra Pradesh, has reported an aggregate turnover of 78 lakhs in the preceding financial year. Determine whether Sai Trading Company will be eligible for composition levy as for the current financial year. So, what is that person located? Where is the person located? In Andhra Pradesh. Limit is 1.5 crores, and his turnover is only 78 lakhs in the previous year. And yes, he can opt for composition scheme. There is no issue with respect to that. Okay. Second, will your answer be different in the above scenario if Sai Trading Company is making intrastate supply within Sikkim? Yes. For Sikkim, the limit will be 75 lakhs, and here the turnover is 78 lakhs. so they cannot opt for composition scheme. Then question number 8, Messrs. Handsome and Like Me Company, a partnership firm at Mumbai, is running a mobile phone showroom. Along with the mobile phone showroom, it is also engaged in providing health and fitness and services. So both goods and services. Turnover of the mobile phone showroom was 78 lakhs and receipts of health and fitness service was 26 lakhs in the preceding financial year. Okay, so it was the turnover during previous year? 78 plus 26. 78 plus 26, 104 lakhs. With reference to provisions of CGST Act, examine whether the firm can opt for composition scheme. Yes, because Mumbai, Maharashtra, turnover does not exceed 150 lakhs, they can opt for composition scheme, but they should ensure that the services should not be more than 10.4 lakhs. How 10.4 lakhs? 104 into 10%, 10.4 lakhs or 5 lakhs, whichever is higher. So 10.4 lakhs worth of service only they should provide, not more than that. If they provide more than that, then they are disqualified for the composition scheme. Is it clear? And they cannot go for 10-2A in this case because the turnover during previous year exceeds 50 lakhs. So 10-2A is not possible. Will your answer change if the turnover of the mobile phone showroom was 74 and receipts of health and fitness center was 18? 74 plus 18, 92. Even then, they can go for composition scheme, but the services limit is only 9.2 lakhs. If Messrs. Handsome and Like Me Company obtain separate registration for their mobile phone showroom and for health and fitness center, can it opt for composition scheme only for mobile phone showroom? No. They need to opt for composition scheme with respect to both showrooms or normal scheme for both showrooms, but not both. Yes, sir. They are in normal scheme actually. They are in normal scheme. Previous year they are in normal scheme. So otherwise, how they can make 26 lakhs of services? So 26 lakhs of service means 26, it's divided by 0.1, 10%, 260 lakhs. 26 lakhs is 10%. Then previous year it would have been 260 lakhs. 260 means composition scheme is not possible now. So which means last year they were under normal scheme and now only they are going for composition scheme. Previous year no issue. Previous year no issue. Current year you should not make services more than 10%. But practically speaking, no one will cut down the business now. 26 lakhs already I am making. Will I cut down the business or try to increase the business? Increase the business. I will not cut down. Try to cut down the business. Will you agree with me? So that's what it is. Question number 9. Miss Chanchal started providing beauty and grooming services and inaugurated Care & Care Beauty Center in Janakpuri, Delhi on 1st April 2000. She opted to pay tax under 10-2A, of course, beauty and grooming, 10-2A in the said financial year. The aggregate turnover of Care & Care Beauty Center for the quarter ending 30th June was 20 lakhs. Further, for the half year ending 30th September, the turnover reached 50 lakhs. Care & Care Beauty Center recorded a rapid growth and the turnover reached 70 lakhs by the end of October. Determine the total tax liability of Care & Care Beauty Center by the end of October. So, what has happened? They crossed 20 lakhs, okay, and then the turnover reached 50, means what is the difference? 30. So, on the 30 only they need to pay. First 20 no GSTR because they are not getting registered. After the 20, so then they need to pay, they need to register and they need to pay, because if you see, they started providing service on 1st April and she opted to pay tax under 10-2A. So therefore up to first quarter 20 lakhs no GST because they will not register. After that they will register, and for the next quarter the turnover reached 50, means the difference is what? 30. On the 30, how much is the GST? 6%. So that is 30 into, so 3% CGST, 3% SGST, that is 90,000 and 90,000. Then again the growth has started and it reached 70 by the end of October. Now already 50 reached. Remaining 20 GST will be payable under normal scheme, that is 18% will be payable. You can see here. First quarter no GST. because they are getting registered now. Second quarter, so that 6%, and thereafter they crossed 50, so they need to pay the regular rate of GST 3,60,000, so that's the total GST payable. B part, Care and Care Beauty Center wishes to opt for composition scheme in the next financial year. Not possible, because this year it crossed 50, it is 70. Means for the next year, this is the previous year, it crossed 50. So next year composition scheme is not possible. Then question number 10, Mr. Ajay has a registered repair center where electronic goods are repaired or serviced. His repair center is located in the state of Rajasthan and he is not engaged in making any interstate supply of services. His aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year is 45 lakhs. With reference to the provisions of CGST Act, examine whether Mr. Ajay can opt for composition scheme in the current financial year. So he has a registered repair center, 45 lakhs, means it does not exceed 50 lakhs. So current year he can opt for composition scheme. And is he eligible to avail the benefit of concessional payment of tax under 10(2)(a)? Yes. Considering the option of payment of tax available to Ajay, compute the amount of tax payable by him assuming his aggregate turnover in the current financial year is 35 lakhs. 35 lakhs means 3% CGST and 3% SGST, that is 1,05,000 CGST, 1,05,000 SGST you need to pay. Will your answer be different if Ajay procures few items required for providing repair service from neighboring state? No, because they can procure the services interstate, but they should not make interstate supply of services. So that is what we need to. Then, however, there is no restriction on interstate procurement of goods and the answer will remain the same. Question number 11. Mr. Jafar of Assam provides the following information for the preceding financial year 18-19. You are required to find out the aggregate turnover for the purpose of eligibility of composition levy scheme and determine whether he is eligible for the composition scheme. So we are talking about the eligibility. Value of taxable outward supplies out of about 10 lakh was in the course of interstate. So everything we will take. Sir, interstate they are not eligible. Interstate current year they should not have, but previous year they can have. So 50 you will take an aggregate turnover. Exempt supplies includes 30 interest. No. So 50 plus 40. Don't include 30. 50 plus 40, 90. Value of inward supply on which he is liable to pay under reverse charge, don't take. Exports, yes, include in aggregate turnover. So 50 plus 40, 90 plus 5, 90, 5 lakhs is the aggregate turnover. And where is that person located? Assam. For Assam, what is the limit? 150 lakhs only. And during the previous year, it does not exceed 150 lakhs. Current year they can opt for composition scheme, but current year they should ensure that they are not making exports or interstate supplies. Okay. Next, question 12. Examine whether the following statements are true or false, giving brief reasons. It is mandatory to issue a tax invoice in case a registered person has opted for composition levy scheme. Why? Bill of supply, good. A composition taxpayer who has not rendered any taxable supply during a quarter is not required to file any return. They have to file. So they have to file return, but they can file a nil return, and that nil return they can file through SMS also. There is an advantage. Nil return you can file through SMS. You don't have to log in, enter 0 and file. Just SMS. Nil return, which period, you can send a SMS to the department. So return is filed. Okay. All cases, GSTR1, GSTR3B and CMP8, these 3 returns. We can file through SMS, but remember all the entries should be nil. Means you should not be having any business. Sir, I am having few transactions of purchases, sir. I am not having any outward supplies. Then in that case, it is not called as a nil return. Nil return means everything will be nil. All purchases, sales, everything will be nil. Then question number 13. Answer the following after reading the below given paragraphs. Briefly discuss the relevant provision, decide the correct conclusion and determine the validity of the given advice. Okay. Raju is engaged in manufacture of fly ash bricks, manufacture of bricks in the state of Kerala. He started his activity in the month of April and deals only in intrastate. His tax consultant advised him to register under composition levy as Raju's turnover is expected to be below 1 crore. Even though the aggregate turnover of the person does not exceed 1.5 crores, they cannot opt for composition scheme in this case because they are engaged in manufacture of notified goods, that is bricks. Then next, who are not eligible to opt for composition scheme for the goods under GST law? Who cannot opt for composition scheme? We need to write that. S9 RCM, supply of service other than supply of food or beyond 10% limit, and non-resident taxable person, person who is making interstate supply of goods or services, or person who is making non-taxable supplies, or RCM under 9(4), or next e-commerce, supply of services through e-commerce operator, then C for casual taxable person, M for manufacture of notified goods, that is ice cream, edible ice, pan masala, tobacco products, aerated waters, bricks and roofing tiles. So that is the answer for this. So with this we completed composition scheme also. Yes. When I commence a business, I will not opt for composition scheme. I will not even register up to the threshold limit of registration. After crossing the threshold limit of registration, I should decide whether to go for normal scheme or composition scheme. That is not for registration. Now only when you are getting registered, any time in the mid also you can go for composition scheme. You don't have to wait till the beginning of the financial year. So beginning, like you commence a business, first 20 lakhs or 40 lakhs, whatever is your threshold limit, just see the invoices, keep a track of it. The moment you cross 40 lakhs, you apply for registration. In that itself you can select composition scheme. So you will be under composition scheme, and see what is the remaining turnover under composition scheme. There you pay the composition tax, and thereafter normal tax. Scheme, okay. After 1st October, you cross a threshold limit, you got normally registered. Then wait for this financial year, you cannot go for composition scheme. Only next financial year you can opt for composition scheme. Yes, at the time of registration itself, you should have a clarity whether you need normal scheme or composition scheme for the remaining period.